Good morning. Good morning. This is Fellowship of Spirit coming to you from Farmington, New Mexico. It is the 2nd of June. Tomorrow is the 3rd of June, which is my middle girl's birthday. And but it's my middle girl's birthday. Candace's birthday is tomorrow, the 3rd of June. But anyway, it's a beautiful day here. The skies are clear and shiny, and it's warm. It's already warm, and it's just a beautiful spring day here in San Juan County. And we welcome you to be with us and to enjoy the program that we have for you. Susan Barnes is going to pray for us, and Shay Johnson is going to sing for us. I will come up with a spiritual reading, and Mark Wolf from Northern Kentucky will be giving our message. And so there's nothing to do but just sit back and enjoy all the good love and goodness that we have coming your way. So, are there any announcements? We later on, I do know that on the 20th of this month, 21st of this month, which is a Friday, is going to be our solstice potluck, and it'll be at the Kiwanis Park on 30th Street, where we always meet. And so anyway, we're gonna look forward to that. And as we get closer, we'll have more specific details. But we're looking forward to a solstice celebration on the 21st of June. So
bring a friend.
Bring a friend. We would like to let everyone know that we do need to increase the number of souls, the number of people that we have.
We just need to get our word out there.
In fellowship, and we need everyone to just shine your light on everybody and invite people and express your good opinion of fellowship to others, so that we can maybe get our numbers back up. People, we all value fellowship being in our lives, and we need to tell people about it, because a lot of people, I know that we've got members out there who just don't know that we're here, or else maybe they have forgotten. Maybe they used to come and they've forgotten the good feelings that they have whenever they come here. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to ask Susan to begin our program with the prayer.
Good morning.
We want to do the prelude first? All right, we're going to do the prelude first, Susan.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near.
All right, beautiful, thank you. She shared with me that she has some new songs for us today. All of the songs will be new that we have not heard before, and if that's a prelude to the rest of the program, we're really excited and anxious to hear what you're going to be performing for us today. So, okay, Susan, it's all yours.
Once more, good morning. It is such a beautiful day. Whether you're in Belize or Farmington, New Mexico, or Kentucky, It's beautiful because we know that wherever we are, God is with us. So let's breathe in that holy energy. Close your eyes and feel that energy just flowing through your body. Creator, Mother, Father, God of all. We give thanks. We give thanks for this glorious day, for the opportunity to be together, for the opportunity to realize who we are, knowing that we are your holy child and we are worthy of everything that is good, that is beautiful, and is holy. We recognize this, and in recognizing it, we share our light with those that are with us today and those that we meet. We give thanks for the opportunity that we have to go forth and be lights of your love, of your non-judgment, of your compassion and your mercy, knowing that each one of us is an extension of you and of what you are. All of the goodness, the abundance, the joy, just being alive and experiencing all that there is to experience. Whether it seems to be not to our liking or not, we know that it is your will for a higher purpose, for a greater understanding, and for all of these wonderful opportunities that we have been given. We truly give thanks. Namaste.
Thank you, Susan. All right. So, another song. Is it I Won't Give Up? I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz, performed by Shay Johnson. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a Jason Mraz Sunday. You're all blessed to be here. I love Jason Mraz very much.
I don't even know
No?
him. I will after today.
You will, you will. When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. Well, there's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn, some even fall to the earth. We've got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. The difference is they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got. Yeah, we got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all
So how are we sounding out there in Zoom land? Can you guys get full purchase of our music? Are you hearing it fine? Give us some
Yes.
feedback. Mark says he's got us a thumbs up. So,
Yeah, it's lovely. And I'm so glad that Shay is doing this. This is so incredible. Incredible music.
absolutely,
So,
absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so let us begin our message with our reflection moment. Follow along with me. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another as we create an atmosphere of holiness, and so it is. Okay. And this being the first Sunday of the month, it's my duty to read us a spiritual reading. My glasses broke somewhere between getting in my car and getting out, so anyway, it'll be okay. Okay, so I just opened it up. This is Eric Tolle, The Power of Now, which we read a few years ago. But the question is, free from what? Free from the illusion that you are nothing more than your physical body and your mind. This illusion of the self, as the Buddha calls it, is the core error. Free from fear in its countless disguises as the inevitable consequence of that illusion. The fear that is your constant torment as long as you derive your sense of self only from this ephemeral and vulnerable form. And free from sin, which is the suffering you unconsciously inflict on yourself and others, as long as this illusory sense of self governs what you think, say, and do. Look beyond the words. I don't like the word sin. It implies that I'm being judged and found guilty. I can understand that. Over the centuries, many erroneous views and interpretations have accumulated around words such as sin due to ignorance, misunderstanding, or a desire to control, and they contain an essential core of truth. If you are unable to look beyond such interpretations and so cannot recognize the reality to which the word points, then don't use it. Don't get stuck on the level of words. A word is no more than a means to an end. It is an abstraction. Not unlike a signpost, it points towards itself. The word honey isn't honey. You can study and talk about honey for as long as you like, but you won't really know it until you taste it. The word becomes less important to you. You won't be attached to it anymore. Similarly, you can talk or think about God continuously for the rest of your life. But does that mean that you know or have been glimpsed the reality to which the word points? It really is no more than an obsessive attachment to a signpost, a mental idol. The reverse also applies. For if for whatever reason you disliked the word honey, that might prevent you from ever tasting it. If you had a strong aversion to the word God, which is a negative form of attachment, you may be denying not just the word, but also the reality to which it points. You could be cutting yourself off from the possibility of experiencing that reality. All this is, of course, intrinsically connected with being identified with your mind. So if a word doesn't work for you anymore, then drop it and replace it with one that does work. If you don't like the word sin, then call it unconsciousness or insanity. That may get you closer to the truth and the reality beyond the word than a long misused word like sin, and leaves little room for guilt. Eric Tolle. Good work. Good work. Okay. And now it is time for another song, I think. Yes. Living in the moment by, guess who? Jason Morax.
If this life, hold on. If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put 'em right in our path when we just wanna be free. I will not waste my days making up all kind of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I know I don't know, and I know I'll only do this by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy with peace in my mind. Peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. Living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong, and I believe this way can be the same for everyone. And if I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who'll always remind me to live in the moment, living my life easy and breezy with peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I can't walk through life facing backwards. I've tried more than once to just make sure, and I was denied the future I'd been searching for. I spun around and hurt no more by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy with peace in my mind. Peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy with peace in my mind. Got peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment.
All right. Thank you very much.
Not only a beautiful book, but good reminders.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Not only the presentation, but the content. Really good. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mark Wolf, coming to us from Northern Kentucky, is our brother who has been there with us for a long time, and he always has good words. So, without further ado, I give you Mark Wolf.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And as usual, Shay is a very hard act to follow. Thank you. Amazing, amazing music. Fits in perfectly. But listen, what is more beautiful than a morning in early June?
Right.
You know, seriously, I love this, the velvety softness and the gentleness of June, you know, before the summer heat really settles in. But listen, I could talk about how much I love the month of June till the 4th of July. But listen, seriously, what's going on in the world today? I mean, you know, usually I take my news in small doses, you know, because it's easier to swallow. But the other day I got hooked into the news feed on the computer, and you know, it's Russia and Ukraine, and Russia and NATO, and Iran and North Korea, and China and Taiwan, and China and the Philippines, and Israel and Gaza, and more. You know, and closer to home, has anybody been to the grocery store lately? You know, my little 3 little bags of groceries. Okay, 3 little bags, $60. Okay, and it makes your head spin. It was $50 to put gas in the car. The tank was not even empty. Now listen, who anybody old enough to remember President Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yes. Okay. You know, Gerald Ford back in the mid 70s. Well, back then, remember, we were all encouraged to wear these little buttons, these little lapel buttons. Okay. And it said win. You remember those?
Yeah.
Win, W-I-N. We are going to whip inflation now. Okay, that was like 50 years ago. And it's a great slogan. What are we going to do? We're going to whip inflation now. I needed one of those buttons when I was handing over the $60 for my groceries the other day. But really, seriously, what's going on? I mean, not politically, okay, and not economically, because those political and economic things that we see out in the world and in the news, that's just effects. All of that is just effects of a much deeper spiritual cause. And we need to access this more or less hidden spiritual cause in order to make lasting change out in the world and make sense of it, and make sense of it in our own lives. So listen, I've come to be convinced that the light of the Creator is actually pressing down on us, okay, and putting pressure on us to move to a new, our next spiritual level, right? And so we start to feel this sort of a pressure cooker sort of a feeling, and because this next spiritual level is obviously very, very important, not just for us, but for the entire world. And listen, I get it. It's hard not to tune into the anxiety within the consciousness of the world. And sometimes I felt overwhelmed, and I found myself literally shaking because of the anxiety that's just out in the world, you know. And maybe somebody else has had that same sense, or maybe it's just me. But anyway, on this lovely morning in June, I want to talk with you about some things that we can do to bring to tame the madness. Okay, we're going to take a new look at that inner light, and we're going to bring more light and peace into our own lives. And if we bring more light and peace into our own lives, we're automatically going to bring more light and peace out into the world. All right. Now, if you get drawn into your news feed on the computer like I did, it's easy to look at what you see and ask, why? Why is that country building nuclear weapons? And why is that country testing long-range missiles? And why is this country provoking their neighbor by sending warplanes to their airspace? And why are my little bags of groceries $60? You know, and it's a perfectly logical question, but the problem is we're asking why, we want to know why, but it's the wrong question, okay? It's a logical, reasonable question, but the answer is not going to take us forward. In other words, if we ask why, the answer is simply going to involve explaining why our side is the correct side and their side is wrong, and blaming someone else. You know, there's people out there, blaming them for what's happening to us and justifying ourselves. That's the answer to why. And all of that has to do with ego. Every bit of it has to do with ego. And that's why nothing is ever solved for very long. Okay, and the world moves from crisis to crisis. And if you get hooked into the news, it's like each week is worse than the last one. So let's ask a better question. Instead of asking, why is all of this happening? Instead, let's ask, to what end? To what end all this? Because why invites us to blame others and justify ourselves, and why takes us down a rabbit hole of ego. But if we ask instead, to what end all this? To what end? Then that helps us to come to a place of power, and certainly to a place of transformation. Now, the answer begins with taking responsibility, all right? Taking responsibility is the beginning of taking power. And you see, as long as we're busy wondering why all these things are happening, we're busy being a victim. If those people over there are the ones who are creating my problem over here, there's not much I can do to change it. You know, why is this happening to me? Well, you know, it's the government. Yeah, it's inflation. It's those people over there, you know, what are you going to do? But if we ask to what end, okay, not why, but what is the purpose of this? What's really going on here? What is this showing us? What do we need to learn from this? For what purpose have we all together created this? It's a big difference. So again, if we ask why, we become the powerless victims of things and conditions in our lives. But if we ask to what end, in other words, for what purpose did we create this together, then we connect to the spiritual dimension where we do indeed have the power and the authority to create something better. Now, listen, there are some things come into our lives and they are karmic, right? And some karmic things will come into our lives to recreate balance and harmony. And I have experienced karmic balancing in my own life. I'll tell you about it one day. It's real, not just some feathery idea in an ancient book. It's real. It's a real thing. But more often we create circumstances and conditions in our lives, in our individual lives and our collective life, in order to learn and grow and push through what we know and what we're comfortable with and move into what we thought was not possible. Now, listen, you want to know this crazy thing about this world. In this world, it is, in spite of all the madness, it is very easy to get comfortable. Okay, very easy to become complacent in the midst of utter madness. Our natural tendency is to become comfortable and familiar. And in psychology, this is a real thing. In psychology, it is called Stockholm Syndrome. That's hard to say. Stockholm Syndrome means that over time, people develop positive feelings toward their captors. They begin to see the point of view of their abusers. And in a way that they become comfortable with a situation. And we want to ask, well, okay, so what's wrong with being comfortable? Well, nothing necessarily. But spiritual growth seldom occurs when we are comfortable. Okay, and I believe that's the reason why that we have this pressure cooker feeling on us, is to help us to get out of that comfort zone, because spiritual growth generally occurs when we become a little uncomfortable, and when we need a way forward and we can't see it, or we're hungry for more, or the path ahead just seems really dark. And then somehow it's easier to turn to our spiritual connections and nurture those. Now, listen, most of the things that we experience in the world is just a test. This is very important. It's just a test. Most things are just a test. A test so we can see how much we've learned. We can see how far we've come. A test that gives us guidance toward our next level. And to help us to care about spiritual growth. I mean, why should we care about spiritual growth? Just be comfortable. I mean, who cares? Who cares about, we're going to go to the next level? Can't we just be comfortable and get it over with? I mean, it's a good question. So, but it doesn't work that way. That's just not the way. Because we are here to learn, to become creators, to become creators of our own world, our own universe, to become responsible for our own happiness, to become creators, and so to become like God, creating our own universe, our own happiness. And in the process, we reveal light, and we transform, and we reveal love, and we lift up the world in our process. And I believe that if enough of us can get really excited about the process, we can pull the world back from the brink of war. So I want to share with you three things. We're going to look at three things this morning that we can do to have a positive effect in our own lives and reveal a healing spiritual light into the world. We're going to do some healing here. Now, number one, first thing you can do to reveal light in the world is to stop being concerned about what other people have to say. All right? You be you. You be you. Now, why? Or rather, to what end? Should we not be concerned about what other people have to say? Say, well, listen, everywhere that we concern ourselves with what other people are saying about us is a place where we have given our power over to their opinions. Now, we need to be positive, we need to be kind, we need to be gentle, because people out there are hurting and they're afraid. But when people judge us, because they say that we don't have the correct spiritual path, or we don't vote the correct way, or we're raising our children a different way, or they don't like our hair, don't worry about it. Just move on. Don't worry about it. It's just a test. Are we really who we say we are, or are we simply a slave to their opinions? You see, concern about other people's opinions, this is interesting. It can actually become a form of idolatry. Because when their opinions become like gods that are in charge of our lives. Who we really are is beautiful. Who we really are is full of power and light. Who we really are workers of miracles. And we each have a unique light to give, a unique gift to share. The rabbi from Nazareth, we talk about the rabbi from Nazareth. Rabbi from Nazareth certainly did not care what people thought about him. We read in the Gospels of Matthew and Mark and Luke about how he regularly ate dinner with the people who were really outcast in society. And then the well-respected religious leaders of the day protested and said, you can't do that. And the rabbi said, I don't care. I'm not here for you. I'm here for them. And he continued to heal and lift and teach and lift up the sad and broken and frightened people around him. And he continued to share his light and his heart with no particular regard for the people who did not approve. We have to be the same way. And if we look at our own lives and we ask, to what end? The answer may well be to provide an opportunity to be clear about who we are, about who we really are. Okay, as spiritual beings, as workers of miracles, with a unique beauty, a unique light, and a unique gift to share. So don't worry about what they think about you. You be you. You're here for a reason, and it's important. Now, the second thing, number 2, is don't be afraid of your negativity. Don't, kind of on the flip side of this, don't be afraid of your imperfection. In the midst of our beauty and uniqueness and power, everybody has negative or selfish tendencies or characteristics. Okay? I'll tell you about mine, but Ron only gives me a half an hour. And so we get into this space, and we don't like to look at that stuff, It makes us uncomfortable. And we're much more comfortable with our positive and our beautiful and loving characteristics. We're going to accentuate the positive. We're going to let our little light shine in all of this. And we don't like looking at that icky negative stuff. But listen, look at it. Don't be afraid of it. It's not going to hurt you. And if you genuinely don't know what it is, then ask. It's important. Just say, please, light of the Creator, light of the Holy Spirit, show me my negativity. Be gentle with me because I'm asking, but show it to me. Show me my dark and negative side. Now, to what end? What end will we want to do this? Because it's kind of counterintuitive. I mean, who wants to deal with that stuff? But look, here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. When we're not afraid of being a little bit uncomfortable, okay? When we're ready to take real control over our lives, when we are ready to be who we really are. We're ready to take responsibility for our own experience and our own creation. We need to see that negativity. We need to see our selfishness clearly so that we can grab hold of it and transform it, right? We take control of it when we start to transform it. Because you turn it inside out, all right? The anger, the rage, the greed, the deceit, the jealousy, the selfishness. See it and own it and stop being afraid of it. Take hold of it and turn it into something beautiful and healing. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. I mean, seriously, I'll tell you a secret, okay? This is something that I think that people on a spiritual path generally tend to miss. Many spiritual teachings miss this as well. Okay, because that negativity, you know what it is, the anger and the judgmental attitudes and the rudeness and the arrogance, all the selfishness, that we keep hidden, and we don't like to think about it because listen, it hides light, right? That's the secret. It hides light. This is the most amazing thing. These negative traits that we wish, the ones we wish we didn't have, those, they are often hiding our real gifts, and they are always hiding our greatest light. It's hidden in a place where you're less likely to look. It is the way of spirit that a great light must first be concealed in the appearance of a great darkness. And so when we get drawn into the news feed on the computer, and we start to feel that anxiety taking hold in the pit of our stomach, and because how could the news in the world possibly get any worse? That's the time to sit back with awe and wonder and gratitude, because a great light is trying to be revealed in the world. A great light of peace and cooperation, and it's so close. And we can help. Okay, we got this pressure cooker feeling on us. It's saying we can help. We can help with this. How are we going to do that? Well, like this. Light of the Creator, light of the Holy Spirit, show me my negativity and help me transform it to reveal the light and gifts it hides. What a great affirmation, Now, here's another part of the secret that we usually miss, all right? Listen, it's kind of counterintuitive. It's kind of crazy, but it's still the way. Our good characteristics, our good qualities, and we have those, and the kind and the gentle and the loving and the forgiving part, it is beautiful and it's wonderful, but it does not share a great deal of light. When we go around and we share the love and the beauty and all that wonderful stuff that we feel inside, and we let that light shine, that's great. It's appropriate. And it makes the world a better place. Don't stop. Keep doing it. But recognizing and grabbing hold of that negativity and owning it in order to transform it and heal ourselves of the jealousy and the anger and the resentment, that's what reveals the greatest light in the world, because that's where the greatest light is hidden. Sharing goodness is lovely, but transforming our own negativity into light is the door to miracles. Now, listen, don't look for miracles, okay? Don't look for miracles. You are a miracle. You are a miracle. Instead, look for the negativity. Look for the worst within you and own it and love it and change it and reveal the light that it hides. And don't be surprised when the light that it was hiding turns out to be the miracle that you were looking for. Just be willing to be a little uncomfortable. So, don't waste your energy by worrying about what other people are thinking. Instead, look for the negativity and ask to see it. Dare. Be bold. Be brave. Ask to see it, and I guarantee that your soul, that immortal, eternal, beautiful, divine part of you, will be very happy to help. Now, very briefly now, I want to talk about something, the third thing, okay? The third thing is something we've never talked about before. The third thing I want to say something about is bullying, all right? This is our third thing, and we've never talked about it before. Bullies, okay? Bullies, to what end? Bullies on the playground, bullies at school, a coworker, a neighbor, a spouse, a relative, a family member. Bullying is something that happens. But let's not ask why. Instead, let's ask, to what end? Okay? Because bullying is just an effect, okay? It is an effect of a deeper spiritual cause, and it's very simple. Bullying on the playground, or one nation bullying another by deliberately sending warplanes through the corner of their airspace. It's all the same. And it all comes, very simple, it all comes from the same spiritual cause. because we allow ourselves to be bullied by the appearances and circumstances in our lives. The bully comes into the playground of our mind. And the bully says, I'm your bank balance. And I say, you're lacking. And we say, oh, I guess I'm lacking. And the bully comes into the playground of our mind. And the bully says, I say you're sick. And I say, you will always be alone. And I say, you're never going to be happy. And the circumstances and conditions and the appearance, the stuff that we see in our lives starts to determine whether we're happy or sad or afraid. That is bullying. But listen, it's just a test. Don't be afraid of what's in your mind. And likewise, don't be bullied by what you see around you. Because listen, if what you see in your life is not what you want to see, don't be intimidated by it. There is a power and you can change it. Nobody can come into the playground of your consciousness and boss you around. Nobody can come into the playground of your mind and your consciousness and boss you around, because in your mind, you're the boss. Don't tolerate that kind of bullying. In your consciousness and in your mind, you are the boss. And it is the power of God's perfect light moving through you. The power of God's perfect light is greater than anything that you see around you. So look around. Anything that you see around you will pass away. Everything that you see will pass away. But the power of God's perfect light is forever. So let's ask a question. What is God's perfect light? It's a good question. Well, in your life, it's you. In your life, it's you. In my life, it's me. All right. And the playground bullies that we see around us, with the fear, the anxiety, the loneliness, the appearance of lack, limitation of any kind, like all bullies, they will run away when challenged. And I believe that if enough of us can embrace this consciousness of power, this path of miracles, and chase away the bullies in our own minds, and be the boss of our own consciousness, then the bullying of nation against nation will finally fall silent. So, don't concern yourself with what other people might be saying or thinking about you. You be you, and share the light and the beauty and the kindness that only you can share. But on the other hand, don't be afraid of the darkness and the negativity that is within each one of us. So if you're in this world on feet, you have something to transform. So look for it, own it, be responsible for it, grab hold of it, and start to transform it by the light and grace of God. Because great darkness hides great light, and transforming it is the path of miracles. And don't be frightened or intimidated or discouraged or dismayed by anything around you. They are no more than bullies on the playground. And the light of God is more than enough if you choose to believe it. We're going to win. That's the beauty. We're going to win. We are going to win. And if we ask, to what end all the madness in the world? The answer is to encourage us to do our spiritual work earnestly, urgently, passionately. Now, will we whip inflation now? Cycles of inflation come and go. But at least let's do this. Let's whip inner negativity. Okay? And we whip inner negativity, the miracle of peace will win in our own lives and in the world. Ron, back to you.
I'm sure that there are people here who want to comment to you, so come forward, please.
Good morning, Mark.
Hey.
Thank you so much for giving me more thought and enlightening my process of looking at my negativity, because sometimes I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to put it. I don't know what pocket to put it in. I don't know how to get rid of it. And you've given me some great ideas and some great ways to work on this, and much better way to look at what's going on outside of me, my own space. So thank you very much. This has been so helpful and so enlightening. Blessings to you, my friend.
You too.
Sherry, I want to say, yeah, don't move yet. Just
Okay.
have you noticed the synchronicity of what Mark is saying, of what we've been reading? I mean, do you think that God is talking to us?
Oh, I know he is.
I
Oh,
mean,
I know
no, thank you, Mark, because yes, this it really is. I feel like God is talking to us through you. Thank you so much. And thank you, because Jerry, I know that what Mark has to say is really what needs to just change everything in your life. And I'm so happy. That's so great.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Mark. Blessings to you both.
Indeed.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Good
There
morning.
you are.
There you are, yes. And oh boy, you've kind of colored my vision of my future, because it was
I was
kind of black and white until you tied all those three uh, influences together. And while I was listening to you talk and writing my little notes and whatnot, now I see a whole different me in the future and affecting the people around me, and making us all happier. So that is really a blessing. Thank you so much for that.
I was thinking about you.
I can tell. I can feel it sometimes, buddy. Thank you.
All right. All right. Yeah, the gratitude comes, I realized a while back that unless I'm able to view a situation, whether I viewed it as being negative or positive, until that I feel it with gratitude, it still owns me. I don't own it. And so one of the things that's kind of hard on our spiritual journey is that I can't get rid of anything that I'm not aware of. I have to be able to see it before I can ask or work on it to be removed. And I think that was a big part of your message today. Don't be afraid to look. Don't be afraid, because there is nothing within us that was not made by God. Because and so the ultimate end will be good, because even though it seems so bad now, but if we believe that, where our faith comes in is that faith is that we believe that God is good and only puts out good, and it's only our perception of it that makes it even negative at all. So anyway, thank you for reminding us of all those things and giving us tools. That's some of the problem, that when we feel powerless or we feel like we're victims, is that we feel like we don't have the tools to work with on the things that are bothering us. And so thank you for giving us new tools, a new vision of ourselves, a new way to look at those things which are bothering us in our journey. So thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Welcome.
All right, we have another song by the glorious Shay Johnson.
Oh, I wanted to say something to Mark before I sing the song, because it's going to sound kind of contradictory to what he just said. What Mark is saying, look at the negative within yourself and learn to heal it. And this song is called Look for the Good, but we're talking about looking for the good out in the world and in things that happen. So I don't think they contradict each other necessarily, they just sound sitting next to each other like they might.
It's kind of like the night and the day complement each other, do they not?
Yeah, the night and the day. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate. And look for the good in everyone and celebrate all our mistakes. If there's a silver lining, you still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you're searching for a purpose, guided by a dream. I see who you are. You're just like me. I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. I keep on trying when it gets frightening. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is nature. Everyone is God. Everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good. Look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes and maybe they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good. Look for the good. Life sure would be sweeter if everybody would. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone. Yes.
Gosh, what a message to wind up our message today. That's really great. Dawn and Neva, thank you for coming. Hope that you're doing well. Okay, it's now time for our celebration of abundance. So let us place over our heart those things that we intend to contribute and repeat after me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive through infinity. I am prosperous. And today being the first Sunday of the month, we all know what that means. It means that we're going to have a meal, a potluck meal after the service. And we wish you were with us, Mark. We wish that you were. So anyway, we thank you for your message. We thank you for your love and your kindness, for your prayers, everything that you do and you are. We appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
We're just feel blessed that you're a part of our fellowship. And even though you're far away, doesn't matter, space and time do not separate us. Only our prejudices and our resentments separate us. So we don't have any of that toward you. We love you, and we're happy that you came to share with us and help our lives to be a little bit better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let us gather up.
Now we got
Oh, yeah, Bill.
Bill's prayer.
Oh, Bill's going to give us a final read. So here we go. Bill Clark.
Yeah, Bill.
Hello, everyone. I hope you have a good weekend. Today's topic is limitless faith. Faith is a sounder guide than reason. Reason can only go so far, but faith has no limits. We use reason to determine the little nuances of how to complete a task or to make a hope a reality. But only faith provides a catalyst to take the first step. Faith adds the extra spark that can lead to a journey reason never would have conceived. I'm going to read that again. Faith adds the extra spark that can lead to a journey reason never would have conceived. So that's using faith to put away the intellect. I am open to listening to the small voice of faith. I see surprising possibilities and welcome them. Y'all have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. So faith is not only the end, faith is the beginning of good things. So, all right. The children are not here today. They are on a field trip. They went to a car show in Albuquerque, so we'll have no children to report on. Does anyone have any announcements they'd like to bring before the group? Okay, well, we're gonna circle up, sing our way out of here.
Do you, if I looked on the internet under his name, would I find information about him? Okay.
Yeah. More songs yet.
All right, go ahead, lead us.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
May God bless you and keep you until we meet again.
And you as well.
So it is.
Ta-da.
Very good service.
Mm.
What a great hug.
We hope that you enjoyed our presentation and hope that you will come back and see us next Sunday or any time that you want to just listen to us. Go to YouTube and you'll be sent a connection to this to be able to hook up to
I'll
us.
have to listen
So,
to, I know some of
hope you have a
those
great
songs.
week.
Do you? Yeah.
and we're
I really
gonna
like that section.
sign off now. Mark, I love you. We'll see
Love
you
you too.
again soon.
All right, works.
Thanks, Mark.
Actually, a
Thanks,
couple of
Mark.
weeks, he's gonna do our Father's Day talk.
Hey, yeah, how about